I have an even more hypocritical story for you. Our friend Elisabeth Hasselbeck over at The View. Elisabeth Hasselbeck seems to have forgotten that she called Sarah Palin's crosshairs despicable. Here's Elisabeth Hasselbeck the other day on the Sean Hannity show, and she basically started making excuses for Sarah Palin and her crosshairs ad after the shooting. So this is recent. We're going to work backwards here. You're going to be surprised. Well, I'll play this for you first. See what you think of it. Then we'll go back.
One of the things I like about your show is it's passionate debate. It's all sides. It's the hot topics of the day. You know, I fear we're getting to the point. You can't say anything. You can't say war room. You can't say targeting. You can't, you know, say we're going to put a bullseye on a map.
Yes, we can say that. And I will use, yes, we can. And this is why I believe it. I think the more that we link and say we cannot say anything. I mean, look, I grew up in a family that was based on speak kind words as much as possible. And if you don't apologize, work hard, and operate with integrity. That goes without saying. I think most civil people in the United States of America agree that you shouldn't go outside of those boundaries. Right now, to even say that we have to curb what we're saying only links any rhetoric to what happened in Tucson. There's no link. We haven't found a link. There's no evidence.
So there we go. Very clearly, Lewis, unequivocally, Elisabeth Hasselbeck saying we should not be linking the violent rhetoric to anything that's going on. We have no evidence that crosshairs or anything else has anything to do with that. Am I hearing that properly so far?
I think that's what she was saying.
So let me now cue up a different clip. And this is also from The View. This is from a few months ago. And here you will hear a very different Elisabeth Hasselbeck addressing the exact same Sarah Palin crosshairs. What did she say this time? Here we go.
This hasn't been a great week in terms of, I think, like the Constitution and where it says that you're supposed to, you know, everyone, it's a mandate to have insurance. But I think the way that some Republicans are handling this is nothing more than purely despicable. The names that are next to and being highlighted by those crosshairs, I think it's an abuse of the Second Amendment and advertising. I also feel as though every single person on here is a mother, a father, a friend, a brother, a sister.
Are you hearing this, Lewis?
And to take it to this level.
Did you hear what Elisabeth Hasselbeck said? Elisabeth Hasselbeck said it is an abuse of the Second Amendment.
It's despicable.
It is despicable. The Sarah Palin crosshairs map just months ago. This is from March. But now we shouldn't even be talking about it. We should not even be mentioning it because we have no evidence. And you know what? This is where it gets even crazier. Elisabeth Hasselbeck actually blamed herself. If you listen to what she said on the Sean Hannity show, let me re-cue this clip and get us to where we want to be on it. She actually makes a statement which, if you analyze it for what it is, she is blaming herself. Take a listen.
They had already given a man total justification for taking a gun and taking the lives of several human beings and then trying to take the lives of more. Awful. I mean, today we're blessed with the news, right? We have great news about Giffords. Yeah, and I think that should have been their first priority, giving us the news, making sure that we understood that the rest were safe, they had the killer. But if you are a crazy person out there and you know that you have an automatic out to blame it on a politician, what do you think you're going to do? They are lucky that not one more person went out on a spree that day.
I want to be very clear that Elisabeth Hasselbeck and Sean Hannity, who doesn't even bring it up, are saying something that is beyond the pale of reason here. Elisabeth Hasselbeck in March, I'm going to sum this up, said the Sarah Palin crosshairs are despicable. The people that are being targeted have families. They are real people. It is an abuse of the Second Amendment. After the Giffords shooting, Elisabeth Hasselbeck says we shouldn't even be talking about the crosshairs because there is no evidence, there is no link, there is no reason to think it's at all related. And by the way, people who were talking negatively about the Palin crosshairs in the context of Gabrielle Giffords are actually giving the shooter an excuse. They are giving him an out. Elisabeth Hasselbeck, you did that. You did that back in March. You're the one who said the crosshairs are despicable, the people being targeted should be worried, they have families. You have blamed yourself, Elisabeth Hasselbeck, and you know what? You're too incompetent to even realize it, and if Sean Hannity realizes it, he's certainly not going to bring it up.
I think that's pretty much it.
You have nothing to add on this one, Lewis.
Not really.
If you're going to criticize other people, make sure you haven't done that same thing first. Make sure you don't end up blaming yourself.
Of course, politicians do this all the time, too. with flip-flopping, and for some reason they never think.
There's a difference, though. Flip-flopping is level one. Flip-flopping and then blaming those who held your original position for something it's escalating it beyond even reason.
Right, but why do these people never realize that almost everything they say has been recorded and is stored somewhere?
I couldn't tell you. It's a question
Why
for
is
Elisabeth
that?
Hasselbeck.
I don't know.
Let's take a break. Make sure to join us on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. Still so much to get to. Should there be a domestic violence registry similar to the sex offender registry? We'll talk about that next. DavidPakman.com.
The David Pakman Show at DavidPakman.com.